What's up, Doc?
That voice, that catchphrase, it can only be what the hell am I looking at?
I'm Bags Booney.
Bags Booney?
Yep, and I got a game for you.
Oh no. No, no, no! Every time some random character busts into my room and gives me a game, it is always a horrible garbage fire that makes me want to vomit blood. I don't want to play it.
You do wanna play it.
I don't want to play it.
You do wanna.
I don't wanna.
You do wanna.
I don't wanna.
You do wanna.
I don't wanna.
You don't wanna.
I do wanna.
You don't wanna.
I do wanna! Fine. Let's see what kind of bull... Taz Wanted? I actually like this game.
We're not all sadists, Doc.
Let's just put the disc in the... Where's my GameCube?
It went that way.
GameCube twacks.
The first thing you see is a cutscene with Sylvester trying to catch a bird, and Taz comes in and scares it away before heading down the street, and Sylvester chases after him. Then Taz goes past Wile E. Coyote on what looks like the Great Wall of China, and so now Taz is being chased by Sylvester and Wile E. Coyote, and after running past Elmer Fudd in Paris, he kicks a trash can in anger and joins the chase. Then we see Daffy Duck trying to sell swimsuits in Russia, and his stand gets destroyed. Then he joins in. And then there's Yosemite Sam in Vegas, who gets mad when Taz makes him lose at a slot machine. They chase Taz all over the world, and then Taz tears through a picture of himself and says,
"Somebody looking for me?"
Now we get to the title screen. Then we select a file slot and an icon and put in our initials. Ha! Then the game begins with Taz living happily with his she-devil. Then Yosemite Sam puts him in a zoo and tries to turn Taz's island into a theme park.
Ah!
Of course, Taz isn't happy about this, so he breaks out of his cage, only to step on landmines, have his Tasmanian scrotum impaled on barbed wire, and fall into the water. When Sam sees that, he has wanted posters put up all over the place, and that brings us to the main objective of the game: destroy all of the wanted posters. Tweety is here to help you out a little, and there are some books around the hub that tell you how to play the game. You have your spin attack, you can tiptoe to move more slowly on a narrow path or try to sneak up on enemies, and you can eat any breakable object in the game and spit it out as a ranged attack. As for the enemies, you've got other animals and people that will attack you, but the biggest threat would be the zookeepers with the nets. If they catch you, you'll be put in a cage, which reduces the bounty that Sam put on you, which is just a score, and then you can easily break out of the cage by spinning, and no, you can't eat the cage. I tried, but the eat button doesn't work inside of the cage. The zookeepers can be knocked out if you can hit them, but even then they will get back up and try to catch you again. But there is a more permanent solution to them. Each level has these phone booths that let you put on a costume that has a special attack that will straight up murder the zookeepers. There is a different costume in each level with different attacks. Some of them are harder to get a clean hit with, and others let you take these guys out from a distance. And there is a wide variety of moves, like the skateboard, summoning an elephant, or my personal favorite, finger guns. There is no time limit on your costume power-up, but you do lose it. Taz will just spin out of it after killing a zookeeper, and you will lose it if you get caught. One more thing to mention is that you cannot die in this game. You can be smacked around by a bear, crushed with random heavy objects, and fall from the top of an unfinished skyscraper, get right back up and kill a man with a wedge of cheese.
You can't kill someone with cheese, Doc.
I know. It's just a game based on a cartoon character. Some things are just supposed to be funny.
Yeah. See? I just hit you with cheese and you ain't dead.
You weren't listening at all, were you?
Eh.
I didn't think so.
It feels so good to spin in this game. It lets you move faster and build up momentum while tearing through almost anything in your way. And it also changes the music to a more electric version of the level's theme song. And when you tiptoe or walk past a record player that makes Taz walk forward slowly to make certain posters harder to get, it plays a softer, more subdued version of the song. Moving on to the actual game, there are 3 levels to choose from that can be completed in any order you choose. Each one has a rating between 1 and 3 stars. I'm guessing that's just the difficulty of the stage, or maybe the recommended order to do them in. First up is Zoonie Tunes. As I mentioned earlier, your goal is to destroy all of the wanted posters. There are 7 in each level. Some of them you just have to walk up and spin on it or eat it, but some of them are in very hard to reach or just weird places. I mean, seriously, who puts a wanted poster on a giant beehive? You will need certain power-ups to get some of the posters, and once you get all of them, the end of the stage opens up. But that's not all there is to do in the game. There is a hidden item in the form of a golden Yosemite Sam head in every level. Getting that will get you a higher bounty and a higher place on the leaderboard at the end of the level. And if you can get 100 sandwiches, you will unlock a bonus game for that stage. These bonus games are just for points. As for completing the stage, you just walk up to the elephant enclosure where this poor elephant is being tormented by a mouse. So it grabs you and tries to smash it and ends up letting more mice out, then jumping into the sky. It lands back in the hub and gets itself stuck in the gate leading out. Now it's off to the next stage, Looney Lagoon. It's a beach-themed level with sharks, pirate gorillas, a giant washing machine, and sponge platforms that will absorb Taz if you stand on them for too long. Smash them posters, then Taz eats a life raft, and I like the song it plays while he waddles around with a raft in his gullet. So now we've got a raft and an elephant in the hub. Then we go to Iceberg, and it's the same drill as before. Posters, nuclear submarine, and into a snowblower that takes you back to the hub.
Is this the part where you get to the boss fight?
Yes, it is. So, as I was saying,
I just love boss fights. They're the best part of the game. They really do make the whole game, if you ask me. If you don't have a boss, it's just not a game. You know I can beat all boss providing guys close
Bags
my back.
shut up!
Oh, sorry. Some people just don't know how to shut up, but not me. I know how to shut up. But other people just know how to keep on talking and talking, and they just don't shut up. But when I talk,
So now you jump into the snowblower that shoots you out like a cannon, bounce off the life raft, and dive into the elephant's backside, forcing it through the gate and getting to the first boss, where you have to play a game of elephant pong against that red heart-shaped monster. There's not really a lot to say about it. It's ping pong with an elephant. You just scare it back and forth while it builds up speed, and you try to angle your shot so he can't send the elephant back. After winning, Sam drives away with the she-devil and Taz follows him into the city of San Francisco, which is the next hub. Here we have 3 more levels. There's Looningdale's. It's a mall, where a broken escalator launches you through the wall and knocks the giant shopping cart sign off the front of the store. The Samsonian Museum, where the paintings are actually 3D sculptures made to look like paintings, and for some reason you steal a giant hot dog on your way out. And the Bank of Samerica, which is still under construction, and here you steal a cement mixer that also works as a cannon. I don't know why, but I didn't question the hot dog, so I won't question this. Once you're back in the city, you shoot yourself out of the cement cannon and bounce off of the hot dog, and the sign from the mall, and several other things, and land in the Gladiatudes arena. I like the joke they do here where Elmer Fudd is the referee, and every time he tries to talk, something interrupts him.
We have a winner!
Now the second boss fight begins, where you compete against Daffy Duck in a game where you roll around in balls trying to steal points from each other. And there are all these bouncy things all over the place and these magnets that'll pull you in and launch you. And once you start moving too fast, you have almost no control over where you go, which can be very frustrating when you just barely miss one of the point things, and no matter how hard you try, you just can't go the way you want, and then the magnet catches you. This boss made me a lot angrier than I care to admit. After you win, Daffy traps you in a box so he can steal your prize. Then you're taken off to the next area, the Wile West. And the first level here is Granny Canyon.
That's just gross.
What's gross about it? It's just a play on the Grand Canyon.
I'm talking about grannies. Shut up.
You break wanted posters as usual, then a catapult launches you into a rock that gets wedged under some tracks. The next stage is Taz Haunted, a spooky, scary ghost town where you have to be turned into a ball that shatters if it touches electrical wires to get one of the posters. Then you find your way to the tumbleweed machine, and after rolling through the desert and almost falling into the canyon, this thing that blocks the track opens up. Now we come to the cartoon strip mine, and it's the usual 7 wanted poster thing, but there is one poster here that I absolutely hate. For this one, you have to ride a minecart along the track while leaning side to side to dodge obstacles and jump over holes in the track. It's almost like something you'd see in Crash Bandicoot, but it's really long and drawn out, and if you make one mistake, you're going back to the beginning, and you might be tempted to use the boost to get back to where you were faster, but then you're going too fast after letting go of the boost to get through this part, and then you have to repeat the first little bit of the track again, only to get impatient and make the same mistake again. There was a similar challenge in the last level, but that was a lot shorter and had fewer hazards to look out for. This minecart section sucks. If I ever see another minecart again in my life, it'll be too soon. Ow, son of a horse donkey! You end the stage by jumping into a minecart.
Huh?
Now you have everything you need to reach the next boss, which is called Dodge City. Here you face Sam himself. He throws dynamite at you in a maze that explodes in a Bomberman-style cross pattern, and you have to bait Sam into throwing dynamite so that it blows up the breakable boxes that block your path. And you make him hit the 4 high explosive boxes that surround him to win. With all those explosives going off at once, Taz is launched into space where he flies through the Milky Way and this thing, into the Death Star, through the captain's log, and back to Earth, landing on his island where Sam is building the Tazland theme park. And this time, you don't have a hub with 3 levels. Tazland is its own level with 7 wanted posters, and once they're all destroyed, the door in the volcano where Sam is waiting opens. After a little more classic cartoon humor, the final battle against Sam begins. All you do is wait for him to jump on the TNT detonators, then grab the chili pepper from the middle of the arena and use it to breathe fire on him. Do that 6 times, and he falls into the lava. The end appears on the screen, and Taz eats it, and the camera. But Sam isn't dead, and he's got a jetpack. Holding onto the she-devil's cage, Taz is taken into Sam's blimp. Then, plot twist, Tweety's evil, and he's the real final boss. There are 3 phases to this fight, all of which involve eating these boxes and spitting them at certain targets. The first phase, you just hit Tweety when his shield goes down. Second one, you hit these 4 things when they open up. And the third one, you hit these 4 timed switches while dodging missiles. And there's a random order in which they need to be hit, because one stays on for a long time, and then there's one that resets almost immediately. And one more thing to note, you can actually die during this fight, and also in Dodge City. Taz wears a helmet with a number on it, indicating how many hits you can take. That number reaches 0 and the helmet's gone. Get hit without the helmet, and you're dead. You hit all the switches, and the door opens. Then Taz pulls a Skyrim, and Tweety is gone. The she-devil is saved, and Taz lands the blimp the only way he knows how. But the she-devil didn't like it, and Taz has to clean up the mess. Taz Wanted, while not very challenging, is still fun to play. They found a way to pull out so much variety from one simple objective, and the game is packed with that classic Looney Tunes style humor. Every stage is dripping with personality, just like my dirty socks.
That ain't personality.
Aside from 1 or 2 annoying challenges and the atrocious sound quality for the voice acting,
Ooh, I bet nobody noticed that.
and a few other things I can complain about, this game was a joy to play, and I would highly recommend it to anyone who loves classic cartoons or just wants a nice casual game.
So that takes care of that. So what are you gonna do now?
Now I'm gonna tell you need a haircut.
I don't wanna cut my hair.
You do wanna cut your hair.
I don't wanna.
You do wanna.
I don't wanna.
You do wanna.
I don't wanna.
You don't wanna.
Oh, we are not doing this again.
We are doing it.
That's still recording. Stupid cheese, stick to my face. Waste of perfectly good cheese. I really didn't think this through. Damn this cold wind.
Once you're back in the kitty, you're back in the kitty, that's where you are. Where I made big typo there. I need to learn how to type better.